Welcome to the Wednesday night skate. This is the season opener, and the group here is trying to egg on Emily to take over the skate lead for the next 20 weeks because our previous skate leader, Mocha, who for many years has been the anchor of this group, has finally retired. I should do an interview with him. So the group is going to be in flux in terms of who's leading the skate, but we'll get that covered. In the meantime, so this is Union Square East. It's the 14th Street side. Behind me, since we're doing 360, you can see is the Whole Foods. And here in Union Square, things such as Netflix's Jessica Jones were filmed in this park. On the far side, on the 17th Street corner, films like Limitless shot a scene here. Many other films have shot scenes around Union Square. There's a number of important things that take place around here. There's a number of theaters right on the corners that are behind these small bodegas. But it's a very busy place. The Union Station subway comes out from right there on the right. You'll see one of the entry points up into the park. So for New Yorkers, this is a legitimate place to protest and be seen and act up, for lack of better terms. So to outsiders, Times Square is a populated and important place. To New Yorkers, this is more of an actual group up. Anyway, so we're heading on what's called the Times Square skate down to the seaport first. And hopefully I can get you through these videos to Times Square, because I did run out of recording space just as we left Times Square. So here I'm being told that I'm getting younger each time she sees me, and I took that as a big compliment. So this group is probably the friendliest skate group on the East Coast. I've skated with a number of groups, Philadelphia, DC, and such, and not taking anything away from other people. Now see this couple here? They actually met on the skate. Going to try to keep some privacy going here and not give out names. I'll give out names and to some of the people here that may not be as concerned, but I won't give it out any last names. Now, the way these skates work is you can come and skate from anywhere. So it's not a paid membership type of thing. It's a freewheeling experience. You can be an aggressive skater, a freestyle skater, a power skater, a hockey skater, whichever. You can even be a quad skater, although those have a harder time keeping up. There's no doubt the larger wheels of an inline skate are able to handle these longer city skates than your smaller wheels, especially the small wheels of a quad skate. But it's not to say it can't be done. The organizational pattern here is that there's a skate leader and there's a sweep, and there are general members on staff that will mark corners if the length of the group gets stretched out between lights. Now this is the season opener, and the season opener is every April, the first Wednesday in April. And as such, you've got your hardcore skaters who show up to this. That's why we're all bundled up. It was a beautifully warm day, but the temperature fell off a cliff by the time it hit 7 o'clock. We're heading down now into Washington Square, down Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is a very popular avenue in New York for a song. I can think of one by an obscure band even called Prefab Sprout, saying just to think that Sinatra has been here too. So it's one of those streets in New York that's known for being sophisticated and posh, so to speak. And here it's going to dead end at this point, heading downtown. Not uptown, but downtown. So this is like heading down towards the Statue of Liberty in that direction. In this case, you'll see it's going to dead end into Washington Square, which is surrounded by NYU. You'll see the arch here, and over the arch in the distance, you'll see the World Trade Center, which was previously called the Freedom Tower. Who knows what it'll be called soon. A lot of landmarks get renamed. for political and social justice warrior purposes.
Next stop, Washington Square, NYC.
And you can hear me on camera just talking about the fact that we're just about on top of Washington Square. So let's say this group, since we're separated from skaters in front of us, how do we know to keep skating straight and not left or right? Well, the way it works is you keep skating straight unless a skater who is with the forward group that's been broken up from the groups behind them due to stoplights and such will mark that corner and let you know to turn left or right. So unless somebody is standing there at that intersection from the skate group to mark a corner, then your assumption is to continue to skate straight, and you'll catch up with the group when they reach their next stopping point. And ideally, you'll have the sweep behind you, and that's how the skate group knows to stop marking a corner. When the sweep reaches that person who's marked that corner, they continue on with the rest of the group. All right, Washington Square at night. Not as exciting at nighttime as it is in the daytime, but this is a fascinating video because it is a nighttime video. You'll see a lot of people out in New York at night, and that will kind of give you an idea of what the social setting of New York is like, as opposed to being that workaday world that you would see in a video that's shot during the daytime. You'll notice that there's a lot of skaters that are young in this group, and that's a good thing. The groups from other states seem to be not as effective as bringing in new blood as they could be. It's not for the lack of trying. I think, though, some of the marketing initiatives to explain that the sport is not for, it's not a fuddy-duddy thing is lost. It's not as easy to reach people as you'd think because of the stigma that some have put on inline skating. All right, this little portion, this is the first 7 minutes of the skate, is just about up, and we'll pick up as the group is about to take off out of Washington Square in the next segment. Hopefully you'll stick around for that.